Let's go. Let's go live. Come on. We're going to start with good news, bad news for WWE Raw last night. Good news, bad news. The bad news. Hey, what's up, everybody? Salute. Fix that a little bit. Let's get that a little bit more squared up. There you go. What's up, everybody? Salute. Last night. Good news, bad news. The bad news. This was a filler Raw. I don't know if it's because Paul Levesque McMahon knew it was the Bengals versus the Jaguars on Monday Night Football. So, nobody's really watching that. They'll watch WWE Raw. That's the bad news. The good news, they're stacking it up next week. CM Punk's returning. They planted the seeds with Rollins in that backstage segment last night with Punk. They got the Cody Rhodes Shinsuke match. I'm really digging this story. Wait till you hear how they plot twisted this story last night. It actually makes sense. We'll talk about that in this review. So they're stacking up next week. And again, that's the Green Bay Packers versus the New York Football Giants. And that's at MetLife, formerly known as Giant Stadium in New York City, Jersey, actually. So that game is going to be massive. They're stacking the deck. Maybe that's the case. But next week, looking pretty damn good. This week, absolute filler. I'll explain. First of all, let me switch to my playback. Your playback looks good, guys. Sounds good. You guys are getting me pretty good on this live Tuesday afternoon stream. So if you don't mind, let BC put in his playback. Thank you. So I can hear myself scream and rant and do what it is that I do. All right, check. We amplified. All right, whoa, that is loud. All right, I like it. All right, so that's the good news. Next week, we have a more stacked Monday Night Raw. Something to look forward to, I guess. This week, wow, man. There was 3 things I really enjoyed last night. 3 things that really piqued my interest that are done correctly. I'll cover those 3 things in this review. Monday Night Raw's review for the 4th of December, 2023. 3 things I really enjoyed. The rest of this show, man, I give credit. I got to give a big salute to all the adults out there. All the adults listening to this stream, watching Monday Night Raw, including myself. I give myself a salute for watching a lot of this product and somehow having to explain it to people that don't watch this product. Like, for instance, if somebody that doesn't watch this show walked in and saw Maxine Dupree squatting Ninja Aerobics Tozawa on her shoulders, while all of these dudes stand around going, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I don't know if we should be happy that Tozawa wasn't used doing the chip dance with a bag of Ruffles, or a pair of 1-pound weights, or maybe some Slim Jims. Maybe we should be happy he wasn't doing the Tozawa dance. No, instead, Maxine was doing the squatting dance. Now we have a little bit of fun with her. Obviously, it was harmless. It was just a laugh, right? Well, first of all, I didn't laugh at it. I literally was just, I felt so bad for Tozawa, for the New Day, that this is what they have booked for them backstage every week, watching Tozawa do a dance or now get squatted. So no, I don't think it's funny, but if you guys did, that's all that matters. The fact is that this is what we are still doing. This is comedy to WWE. There's a lot of fun comedy segments you could do. Doing the same things every week with Tozawa and surrounding them with all of the tag teams in the division. I don't know what this is doing with Tozawa or for him, but more importantly, what are you doing with your tag team division? Like, this is what they're doing backstage. Sadly, that's one of the only memories people are going to remember from last night's show. I bet you when you think visually, what happened in the 3 hours last night, a lot of fans are going to go, what did I don't know. Oh, Drew was a monster. Oh, what else? Oh, Shinsuke had the, okay, that I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Tozawa was being squatted. Now, if that's one of the lasting memories you want on a 3-hour show to pique people's interest and make them put the remote control down and keep showing up every week, all right, then you succeeded. But I doubt very much the company wants it to be. Very odd. But okay, I'm willing to pass that as that. BC, it was one segment. It was comedy. It's for a laugh. Again, I just feel bad for the adults that have to somehow explain those type of segments, right? I really do, man. Whether it was a Kennedy McMahon or a Levesque McMahon, they just cannot stay away from bad comedy. I just hope that one day soon when they do comedy segments that I can participate in laughter. I hope that I can laugh. I want to have a laugh at WWE's comedy. I want to do that. But the rest of this show, guys, that aside, whether you were laughing at that or not, this was an absolute filler show. It was not off to the greatest of starts, right? For BC, for instance, I didn't notice this last week because I was covering, what was it? I think we were live, and I was trying to set up the notes for the show. So I missed the first couple of minutes, the intro part. So I missed the new Raw intro theme music. Something I've been calling for years. We need a new intro song. It has to be like metal, like hard rock. That's the only thing that's going to electrify the arena, guys. It's the only thing. You got to go old school, like the Raw is War theme, right? I don't even care. I know Nickelback gets absolutely just degraded, right? It's the cool thing to do to trash Nickelback because it's trash music, fans say. That's in the eye of the beholder. I would take Burn It to the Ground by Nickelback over anything we've gotten over the last several years. Nickelback's Burn It to the Ground at least got the fans interested at the peak of the show. So they brought out the new theme music. I was pumped. I'm like, finally, Paul Levesque McMahon understands. We need that metal. This is a dude that has the what is it, Motorhead? Right? He was heavy in the Motorhead, right? Time to play the game. Cool. Paul Levesque McMahon knows that to start a show, you gotta have that music, man, bumping. No, what do? We get a song in there that if it's better than the last theme, it's not by much. It's the same type of trash as the last theme song. And all I keep hearing is greatness. Greatness. It's greatness. It's greatness. Everybody, greatness. We're here for greatness. It's a whole lot of greatness. What are we doing with this theme? That theme song fucking sucks. That pumps nobody up. They have it on volume fucking 2, by the way. It's not even cranked up, it doesn't sound. It's like they mute that shit. And you just hear this just horrible fucking tunage. I'm going to have to put that on mute, just like Seth Rollins' theme music. If you're going to do a rap song or a hip-hop song, if that's the trajectory you want to go, cool. Get yourself a beat and get yourself a song that hypes us up. This isn't hyping us up. Go old school. Give me some fucking B.I.G. Put up fucking Hypnotize then. Cool. Put up some Warren G. Cool. Put up some old school Eazy-E. Let's get fucking pumped. You want to go that genre. You want to go that trajectory. Cool. This ain't it. This sounds generic. This sounds like something you would need if you're doing a fucking tube video and you need free music. And I don't do that shit. As you saw in my Packers review yesterday, I don't give a shit about a dime I make on this platform. I'm plenty set. I got the fancy watches. I'm good. Yesterday, I put in the outfield, winning it all in that Packers review. Instantly monetized to the people that make the music. I don't give a shit if I'm making a dime on that. I don't care. You're going to have the best presentation. You're going to get winning it all in that Packers review. That sounds like a generic song because you don't want to pay money to get something good. That was so damn generic. It's like something somebody would put in a tube video because it's free music. Maybe I did hear it last week, and I couldn't tell the difference from the song before, because all I hear is greatness. Greatness. Oh, greatness. We're bound for greatness. What's the lyric? Come on. Let's have a little bit of fun live. Right? I'm here for at least an hour, so let's have some fun live. Let's find out the Raw theme music lyrics. Let's do it. WWE Raw theme lyric. What's the name of the song? Somebody give me the name of the song live. I'm amplified today, just in case you didn't know. Raw theme lyrics. What is it? Somebody give me the song, if you don't mind. Give me the name of this. I want the fucking lyrics now. I want to see what's pumping us up. I type in Raw theme. I got Across the Nation. No, I forgot what one that was, but I think Across the Nation was an actually good theme, wasn't it? I think Across the Nation hyped people up. Somebody give me the song name. The new one. Born to Be, is it? WWE Raw. Born to Be. Lyrics. I can spell. Raw's theme lyrics. Where's Born to Be? We're Born to Be. Where is it? When is this? How do I know? Nobody even took the time to even give the fucking lyrics, maybe. All right, there is none. Guys, I would have loved to give you lyrics. There's nothing. There's nothing. Nobody even wants to put the lyrics. So anyway, the theme music alone. We waited all this time to get new theme music for Raw. And guess what? It's just as much, if not even worse, trash than the one before. Absolutely a shit fest. Where is the hard shit that's getting people electric? Blare it through the stadium. Blare it through the arena. Let the bass take over. Let the fans jump out of their seat and they don't even realize it because the music is pumping. That was the Attitude Era. Before Stone Cold and all them came out, I say this like a broken record every week. It's not even about Stone Cold or The Rock or Triple H's, any of it. Right from the jump, the pyro was absolutely explosions. The theme music was rattling through your ears. You were out of your seat. You had no choice. You were going deaf one way or the other. So the best thing to do is to move around, jump around, and maybe the sound will go through your eardrums and maybe to your fucking belly. Who knows? And then Jim Ross is screaming, "Welcome everyone! Stone Cold is in the building!" Stone Cold's coming up in a fucking Zamboni, a monster truck, a fucking beer truck. Who knows? You got Vince showing up with his limousine. The Rock is getting out of it. Motorhead's about to burst with fucking Triple H coming down. He's about to take on The Undertaker. Who knows? And this is the theme music we have in 2023. Come on! Anyway, that's my rant on this damn theme music. We finally got new music, and it's better off muting that shit. Some membership love up in here. Christopher, on that 11-month membership. I appreciate you, dude. Christopher Blackshear. The intro music sounds like a theme song Ricochet would have. They might as well have the theme song to Reading Rainbow. Bunch of garbage. Take a look. It's in a book. A Reading Rainbow. I can fly anywhere. It's in a book. Take a look. Reading Rainbow. I would take that. I would probably put the volume up to 20. It'll pump up BC more than the trash we get now. Who we got up in here? Christopher, I appreciate you, dude. Salute. Kappa Owens. Two Smile. What up, Kappa? BC, I miss Papa Roach. I'll take Papa Roach. There was a pulse to that song. Absolutely, Kappa Owens. I don't know what this is generic music right now. This is bottom of the barrel. When you got a freaking podcast or a YouTuber like BC willing to cut the losses, not make a dime, because I want the music to feel like something special. I want the audience to feel that emotion, right? That was a big Packer W Sunday night. So in the review I did yesterday, I want you to feel that so I went and I pretty much paid for the outfield winning it all. Because I don't make a dime on that. They get it all. I paid for that music. I could do that and WWE produces this trash? Stop. Kappa Owens, I appreciate the coffee, dude. Sam Byers up in here with that 3-spot coffee. What up, Sam? Always good to see Sam up in here. Gold status rocking. Primed Time is gold status as of right now. Just earned his gold card. Channel member. Welcome to the unit. The board of directors, I call my gold staff. Prime Time. Salute, brother. And he came right at the perfect time because we just hit 100 on the ups. I have not even started covering Raw yet. I'm just going through my traditional cold open rants. So 100 on the ups. I appreciate that, guys. Welcome, Primed Time. Appreciate you guys big time. Of course, this whole month we're taking all the super chats, the super thanks, all of that's going over. A big portion of that, I should say, is going over to Toys for Tots. We got some good stuff. I haven't put up the vid yet, but I got some good stuff that you guys helped out with. Wait till you see what we're going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do a separate vid or if I'm just going to do it at the tail end of one of my uploads this week. But I got a lot of good stuff for the kids that are, unfortunately, less fortunate. They won't have too much under the Christmas tree, but they're going to have a lot of cool wrestling gifts thanks to you guys and BC. Appreciate that, guys, big time. All right, now, I'm breaking shit. All right, should we go into this, man? So when I say not off to a great start, I don't like the theme music at all. That's pretty obvious. Then they just announced multiple rematches. So right out of this shitty theme song, they announce a bunch of rematches. Now, Drew versus Sami at least has a little bit of a story twist right now, so I'm okay with it. That started the night. But we've seen it so many times, right? It's just another match we've seen 61 times. Then they announced Shayna Baszler versus Nia Jax. I've seen them several times over the last couple of months. DIY versus Imperium. We've seen that the last 3 months. Singles matches, tag matches, and 6-man tags. But we're going to see it 3 more times last night because it was a best 2 out of 3 fall. You knew it was going to be tied 1-1 and then go to a third fall. So we saw 3 more matches with the Imperium and DIY. It was just a lot of rematches were announced. It just comes across as just you're not putting a lot of thought into your show. And then Drew McIntyre starts the night off, and he's high-fiving kids, patting babies on the head. I'm like, please don't play this tweener shit. Please, man. Be a diabolical heel, or this is never going to work. He's slapping people and high-fiving and fucking patting kids, and I'm like, no, please don't do this tweener thing. I know he doesn't want to go full heel, but please don't high-five people. Now, if this is just part of like a twisted character who he really feels he's justified in everything he's doing, right? He truly feels that he's the hero in his story, not the villain. Maybe I can play that. He would have to play it perfectly, though. And after last night, I think it's pretty clear. He finally did go the full circle, and he finally did go more full throttle heel. But at first, when he was slapping 5 and with everybody front row, I was like, come on, no, we can't do this, guys. We can't. Drew needs to... Now's the moment. We need to see Monster McIntyre. So, what I do now... hold on, let me just give a shout-out over to... PB Silly Pride, 11-month gold membership. Both full knee replacement surgery successful. Healing good. Hope to be back to work by the end of January. PB Silly Pride, double knee replacement. After you're fully healed, PB, go for that WWE run, man. I want to see you in there with Monster McIntyre. PB Silly Pride, all the best, brother, in your healing. And the amplified units in your corner, brother. Dave Mealy, 11-month membership with the way WWE Appreciation Era is going. Don't be surprised if they eventually use the theme song to Sesame Street as the theme song to Raw. LOL. That would probably draw more interest, to be honest with you. Dave Mealy. And you say Appreciation Era. I call it the Mutual Respect Era. And in the main event, you actually got another handshake. And Dave, you bring up a good point. Because for those of you that haven't followed the channel recently or you're new to the channel, I call Paul Levesque McMahon's era the mutual respect era. He likes to have all these face versus face matches. He even does a lot of heel versus heel. Last night, you kind of saw the same. Shayna versus Nia, whether they tried to lean Shayna and Zoe more face, there's still a heel to a large portion of the crowd. So you get Shayna and Nia, like the crowd was really going to care, and they didn't. Then you get Jason Uso, Sethington Rollins, right? So you split your audience, and Sethington gets more boos than anything last night. They have to end in a handshake, like we've been seeing. Then you see Nattie and Tegan and Chants and Carter. They're all faces. It's like, why do we have to do this? Do you just want to be not lazy for a damn second and just book some heel versus face matches so the crowd's not confused and can actually get into the match? Dave, good call on that, brother. Nasir, DIY, do I care? Nasir, I'm with you, brother. It is so sad when DIY comes through the curtain. Guys, check it out yourself. This isn't just BC's review. Check it out. Every single time DIY comes out, the crowd doesn't even get up. The crowd does not care. The crowd could not be more disinterested than watching DIY. It's absolutely sad because I have such respect for Tommaso and Johnny Gargano. I don't know why anybody thought that DIY getting together in 2023 on the main roster was going to be a good idea. I told you guys from the jump it was going to be a shitty idea to try to recreate black and gold from 5 to 6 years ago just to show that Levesque McMahon has stroke now. Well, they did it, and nobody cares. Let's make an actual tag team division first, and maybe we can even talk about DIY as a legit tag team. Then they bring in the Creed brothers, which absolutely put DIY to the back of the line. So odd, man. So odd. Nasir Alexander, salute. So Drew McIntyre, salute to all that, man. You guys are rocking with the supers and the memberships, man. Awesome to see all the gold memberships hitting milestones like Colin, 10-month milestone, bro. What up, BC? Into the Royal Rumble starts now. Yes, it does, actually. Cody Rhodes and a few others already proclaiming they're going to be in this thing. Do they give it to Cody Rhodes? We'll see. But Colin, salute. So Drew McIntyre starts this thing off. Sami Zayn is not far behind. Sami Zayn hits the ring soon after. And they share the opposite of pleasantries. We already know they're going to have a match that was announced last week. So they say some words to one another, and this leads to the one-on-one match. Now, Drew ends up defeating Hamilton via pinfall off the Claymore. It's a Claymore party. The Claymore party. A Claymore party. Claymores. Hamilton. The crowd is chanting, "This is awesome. This is awesome," through the match. Man, can't you just enjoy it? It's a decent match. It was good at some points, yes. Awesome? Man, I miss when Undertaker and Shawn Michaels were at WrestleMania 25 and the crowd was chanting that, and we were just amazed. You know, it was truly awesome. And now we're just taking every decent match, and the fans don't know any better, you know? They're showing up to have a good time, right? And it always starts off, listen to it, guys. Listen to all these "this is awesome" chants. It always starts off with the little kids, right? You can tell, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Right? You can always tell by the voice, and you can hear it, right? It's just such this high, lower pitched, "This is awesome." All the kids just want to show up, and they just want to yell all the chants that they hear on TV, right? And then some of the females get into it, right? They look at their little kid, and they're like, "Yeah, this is awesome." And then some of the real marks in the crowd, right? The marks really get into it. "Oh, this is awesome. Oh, guys, this is awesome. Cool. This is awesome." Right? And then there's fans like you guys and BC, right? Where we truly want to see awesome, and if we ever see it, we'll participate maybe. But then there's us, and we're just looking at them like, no, sit down. It's decent, right? This is decent. This is decent, right? You almost want to combat them. You're kind of like, what are we doing here? What do you mean awesome? I watched the match. Sami and Drew was not awesome. It was good at times. It was decent. That is awesome. Why was that awesome, Timmy? Well, he did the clothesline inadverted Canadian Destroyer splash, ma. This is awesome. I'm like, if that's already awesome at the start of the show and it was nowhere near awesome, I mean, we are in for a long night. That's all I was thinking. Like, oh my goodness. You could bring out a fucking Pop-Tart and have it take on a Slim Jim and the crowd would chant, "This is awesome," or "Fight forever," right? The Pop-Tart brought the other teammate, his tag team partner, right Pop-Tart. There's a right and a left, right? They come two in a package. Here comes right with the interference. Slim Jim has no backup. What is this? It's the Doritos. They're working with the Slim Jims. You could have a bunch of food, aisle 5 of the supermarket, and then inside that ring, and that crowd would chant, "This is awesome," or "Fight forever." Because at that point, they just want to chant. Well, that's fine. You got out of the house, you paid some money, or you won the tickets on a radio show. Good for you. But I miss the days when "This is awesome" was given to the highest hierarchy of matches. The ultimate respect you can give a pro wrestler when they win above and beyond. What is that these days, guys? Because "Fight forever" is every other match. "This is awesome" is every match. So what is the chant that we give if we ever see a match that absolutely has us on the floor? What do we chant now? Because "This is awesome" is just going to make the wrestlers go, is that truly like next level, or is that just what they gave Tozawa and Kenta? What do we do? What's the chant that we give if we ever see a Taker versus Michaels WrestleMania 25 type situation and match? There is nothing left. Man, I wish as a wrestling community we came up with a different chant so that we can give Sami and Drew a good chant last night, right? I understand "this is decent" doesn't really hit home, but maybe we can think of something. "This is pretty cool," right? That's pretty nice, right? "This is pretty cool." That was cool. I don't know. Stop with the awesome stuff. Guys, please. Everything cannot be awesome while the ratings are going backwards. Somebody's lying. The rest of the world or the people in the arena. But one of y'all are lying. Are you guys understand? Do you guys see a correlation here? In the era of "This is awesome," the "This is awesome" era before the mutual respect era, in the "This is awesome" era, ratings have gone down further than they've ever gone down ever before. So the more we started chanting "awesome," everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the crew. Everything is awesome. I'd like a coffee, please. That would be $47. Awesome. Everything is awesome. You don't give a shit. Here's my credit card. Charge me $100. Everything's awesome. You're not going to complain. In the "This is awesome" era, well, everything in pro wrestling is awesome. The ratings have flatlined. It can't be awesome. Angel Alega, 10-month membership. What up, Angel? Always good to have you, brother. ABC, loved how Drew was finally portrayed as a heel. Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second for sure, Angel. I'm just going over what I didn't like for sure. A lot of that was from the crowd. Angel, appreciate you, brother. Blitz 2K5, 10-month as well. Membership gold status. Drew needs a new finisher as a heel. Some sort of slam or power bomb with a massive impact. Dude is jacked. I like the Claymore, but yeah, he's a power dude. Let's do some more power moves. I do agree, Blitz 2K5. I appreciate you, dude. William F's up in here with a 10 spot. Couple of coffees, couple of cold babies as well. Catch me up on Raw, BC. Gave up quickly last night with all the rerun matches and watched Monday Night Football. I got you, William F. You know that, brother. I don't care how long this lasts or takes. We will go over the full show. So, William F., I do not blame you, brother. I found it was the Bengals and Jaguars. Not that good of I mean, the game actually turned out good, but Bengals Jaguars is probably not going to pique your curiosity, but I found myself going back to that game a lot. William F., salute, dude. Always good seeing you up in here. So where'd I leave off? Okay, so the match is over. Claymore party. Yeah, Future Shock. Somebody said up there. Ty Mellon is correct. Future Shock is a pretty good DDT power move. So after the Claymore, Samilton is beat. They kind of sold a leg injury, like an ankle or leg injury before the Claymore. So backstage, Drew annihilates Samilton. Samilton was like getting looked over by the training staff, some referees, and Drew comes out of nowhere and annihilates Samilton Zayn. And that was even better than the match. And I'll tell you guys why. I understand, right? This is awesome, right? Everybody got to see a good wrestling match. It was a clanger. It was a clanger match, right? We came to see bangers and clangers. I understand, but I can see really good matches every day of the week, twice on Sunday, 3 times on Saturday at the local bingo hall, right? Just last night was actually Micro Midget Mikey versus Fun Size Freddy, right? It was a little person's last man standing match. And Micro Midget Mikey defeated Fun Size Freddy. Anyway, we all chanted, "This is awesome, fight forever," and the little people fucking rock the house down. I can see great wrestling across the spectrum. What I saw after the match far outweighs anything else, because what I saw after the match was character development, and that matters more than a half an hour match. In just 1 minute, you can tell more of a story, and you can make your audience care more than 30 minutes of pro wrestling, move for move, sequence for sequence in the ring. In 1 minute, you saw Drew McIntyre flip the switch and turn another gear into this new heel persona and attacking Samilton Zayn the way that he did backstage. That is what you call character development. If you're going to remember anything out of this whole half an hour to start Raw, it's actually not going to be the match. You can think, oh yeah, that was a good match is what I remember from it. You're not going to remember much from it at all. You are going to remember the backstage beatdown. That's going to last. It's because those moments, they last lifetimes. It's just true. Jake Roberts biting Macho Man with the Cobra. I can't tell you who Jake Roberts was facing or Macho Man was facing, what jobber he was in there with on Superstars Wrestling before that, but I know that happened. You know, Big Boss Man, when Nails finally showed up to take out Big Boss Man, I can't tell you who Boss Man was facing or how the match went, but I remember what happened when Nails hit the ring. It's those scenarios, man. So what happened afterwards? That's what piqued my interest. Character development. Drew McIntyre finally flipping that switch. And hopefully there's no more high-fiving and petting little babies. Let's go full heel status because this Drew McIntyre is a Monster McIntyre. And when the show was done, Monster McIntyre was not done. He would strike again at the end of this show. We'll go to it. So, after that whole over half an hour, Nia Jax then defeated Shayna Baszler via pinfall off the Yokozuna ass splash finisher. And I do mean, Shayna was literally squashed, not figuratively, because they had him go some time, right? Shayna wasn't just beaten in 60 seconds. She wasn't just squashed. But to that, literally, she was squashed because, again, it was the Yokozuna ass splash finisher is what I call it. And she just takes all of her weight, which she's packing a little something there. It's Nia, right? She's packing a little extra there, and she sits on you. She just sits on you. All of her weight. I'm going to sit on you. And she does it. And Shayna Baszler's like, ow, you just sit on me. Of course you can't get up because it's Nia Jax sitting on you. You could have 10 Shayna Baszlers. Sprinkle on 9 Zoe Starks, 8 Liv Morgans, 7 Sasha Bankses, 6 Baileys, 5 Ios, 4 Charlotte Flairs, 3 Bianca Belairs, 2 Jade Cargills, 1 Britt Baker, and you still aren't getting up from Nia Jax sitting on you. So, Nia Jax wins this match. Now, this is a match I've seen anyway. I mean, we've seen, like, what was it? The Fatal 4 or Fatal 5. Wasn't Baszler in that? Or was that Zoe Stark, maybe? I thought Baszler was in that match with like 3 other people against Rhea, something like. I don't know. We've seen this a lot of times though. So Shayna Baszler, there was a moment when she defeated Ronda Rousey, and we thought, oh, they're going to give her a big boost and push, right? No. Where's Shayna Baszler at? Shayna Baszler is just losing now left and right. So, that was such a weird push. It was like they fucked with her. Paul Levesque McMahon just toyed with her a little bit. It's like Xia Li. Now, you guys know I'm high on Xia Li. I just feel like she's like the Brock Lesnar of the female division. They had her win 2 matches in a row just to try to act like she's badass so she can lose to an NXT talent. NXT! Nobody watches NXT! Nobody cares about a fucking, what the hell's her name? Kiana? What is a Kiana? Why is a Kiana beating up Xia Li? And then on top of that, Becky Lynch beats her. And then guess what, guys? Xia Li is nowhere to be found. You have not seen Xia Li in 3 weeks. You haven't. That was middle of November. We're deep now into, 5 days in anyway, into December. You haven't seen Xia Li the last few weeks. They built her up for 2 matches just to put her right back at catering. Was it Valkyria? Who'd I say? Kiana? I don't even know. All these fucking NXT females, they all mesh together. I don't know who's special, who's not. Why Tiffany Stratton isn't getting the time of day. I don't have no idea. Point is, Xia Li should not be losing to any of them. None of them. Xia Li, nowhere to be found. Shayna Baszler, losing left and right now. Then why give them the mini pushes? You're really going to hurt these motherfuckers in the long run. Nia Jax with the W. Oh, and then in post-match was the funniest thing. Becky Lynch comes out, right? Becky Lynch comes out, and Nia's like, okay, well, what are you doing here? I'm going to hit the showers. Because earlier, guys, a segment before, right? A segment before, Becky Lynch and Nia had a face-off, and they were like, I still owe you a receipt. Oh, yeah? Well, after I take care of Shayna, I'm all yours. Good, I can't wait to have ya. So they just had this little thing back, and all of a sudden, Becky is storming the ring like she's going to do something. What are you doing? Now you just won a match. What are you going to do? You're helping Shayna Baszler. That makes 0 sense. Becky Lynch. It's clear that they're lost. They don't know what to do with Becky Lynch, by the way. They literally don't know what to... You could tell that. They don't know what to do with Becky Lynch for sure. So they're just having her kind of beat people like Xia Li, go to NXT, just run out there after Nia's match. This was just... that was hour 1. Like no BS, guys. If you missed Raw, that was hour 1. You just had a Drew McIntyre versus Samuelton Zayn match, and then you had a Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler match, and that was it. That's what I mean about they phoned this one home. They just said, you know what? We have post-Survivor Series fatigue, so let's just put out whatever. Let's just put out a bunch of tag matches, whatever we can do, face versus face, heel versus heel, doesn't matter. We'll try to stack up next week's show a little better, so it'll be the Packers versus the Giants on Monday Night Football, but Raw will have a more stacked show, because nobody cares about Bengals and Jaguars. Anyway, let's put in our least amount of effort, because that was hour 1. Nia Jax versus Shayna, Drew versus Samuelton. That was it. Hour number 2, we start off with a best 2 out of 3 fall match, DIY versus Imperium. This is not a feud. This is not a storyline. These are just matches for 3 months between these individuals. Singles, tag team, 6-man tags. The last 3 months, you've been seeing these wrestlers fighting. And to prove it's not a storyline or a feud, do you guys remember this? If you did watch the show last night, right? Let's do a little bit of history class. Do you remember the segment right before the match? These teams were backstage. I think there was another team with them. They were backstage and they were just doing a little bit of comedy. They're like, oh, we'll see you out there, guys. And they walk off. Or I think, Tommaso called them like geeks or something. And Imperium, I think maybe Alpha Academy was with them. And Imperium just kind of took it and said, we're going to beat you tonight. Kaiser looked at Vinci and said, I really need you to step up tonight. And Vinci's like, me too. I need you to step up. My point is they were just talking. 3 months of feuding. You think they would just be chilling backstage, just having like humorous talks? No. So here we are with 3 more matches of this feud. And if you're wondering if it was something amazing, right? Like a match that this is awesome. No, not at all. Check this out. Kaiser pins Tommaso for the first fall via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating roll-up. That's right. Kaiser pins Tommaso in just a couple of 2-3 minutes via the fruit roll-up. And then if you're wondering, fall 2, well, Gargano pins Vinci via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating fruit roll-up. Fruity roll-up. Back-to-back fruity roll-ups. So then we go to fall 3, DIY, then with the W in fall number 3. Pinfall over, who was it? Was it Vinci? I forget who was over. It was the meet in the middle finisher, so at least this wasn't a roll-up. But, this is one of those things where you have to... Yes. Oh, the fruity roll-ups, man. 2 of them back-to-back. Meet in the middle finisher, DIY takes care of Imperium. I guess this is going to add another seed into the Vinci versus Kaiser turmoil. The problem with that is they don't need to turn on one another. They need to be there when Gunther does something next after the IC title loss. Whenever that is, it should be about WrestleMania. Whenever Gunther loses that title, then you can start to talk about a breakup. Right now, Kaiser and Vinci. Where is Vinci going to go on his own that fans are going to care about? Stop. Why are we planting seeds to this? I'll tell you why, because they don't have anything else. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't break up for another 10 years. They're just trying to fuck with you a little bit, right? It's all they have. Nattie and Tegan Nox versus Carter and Chants. This was hard to watch. They didn't mesh well at all. This was a very sloppy match, and it's unfortunate. There was a moment where Nattie was trying to get the crowd to care a little bit. You could hear Nattie audibly and on camera. Tegan, Tegan, Tegan. She's screaming, trying to get anybody, right? Any fan at all to chant Tegan. You could have heard a pin drop. Nobody shouted or uttered a word. It was so damn sad, man. Chance then pins Nattie moments later, and the crowd never budged. Never budged. That's what happens when you just throw Nattie and Tegan together. You thrust them in a championship match last week, was it? Where they lost against Piper and Chelsea. And then you keep them together, knowing that they don't get a response anyway. You keep them together, and you throw them in there against a new tag team like Carter and Chance for the main roster, who you also have not showcased properly. So I don't know what they were trying to achieve there. Nattie and Tegan losing every single week. Nattie and Tegan have not been having good matches either. Now, I know Tegan's rough anyway. She's got the 2 leg injuries. She's unfortunately maybe 50% of what she used to be, and that's sad. But the fact that she's still trying to do this wrestling thing with 2 fucked up legs, that tells a lot about her character. Unfortunately, man, it's I don't know how she's going to hang in individual action if the match is like 10, 15 minutes and you're going against somebody like Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, or Io, or even an Asuka. I don't know how Tegan is going to fare. Maybe that's why they have her in tag team matches with Nattie. Nattie, it looks like, has digressed as well. Nattie is just not meshing. I don't know. But Chance and Carter are way better than that. So that's what I mean about... That's what I mean about these, how you book these individuals and who you book them with matters. You know, you take Chance and Carter, you want them to have a clanger and a banger of a match. Well, putting him in there with Tegan Nox, probably not going to help the cause. That was hard to watch last night. That was hard, and that sucked. You know, you never want to hear silence, you know, and when Nattie is desperately trying to go, Tegan, Tegan, and nobody cared. And then Katana defeats Nattie. And then, I mean, you literally, nobody cared. It was rough. And that was hour two. Hour two actually ended with Maxine Dupree squatting aerobics Tozawa. Literally, she put Tozawa on her shoulders and starts squatting. The New Day is over there, the Alpha Academy, the Creed brothers, and they're all like, whoa, whoa, Tozawa's getting manhandled by a woman. What is that really going to do for Tozawa? I really hope a lot of you guys laughed. I really, really do. Otherwise, that was for nothing. I can't believe it. I think I got it as the thumbnail, actually. It's literally Maxine just looking. She looks like Dana Brooke. Did you guys see the thumbnail I put up? She looks like Dana Brooke if you look real fast. But it's Maxine just like squatting Tozawa. And Tozawa's like, whoa, I know I get beat up by all the men on the roster, but Maxine is handling me now. Not Nia Jax, Maxine! But guys, in all seriousness, that ended hour number 2. You had a 2 out of 3 fall DIY Imperium match, which 2 out of the 3 falls was a fruit roll-up. And then you went to a Tegan Nox Nattie Chance Carter tag team match. And then we saw Tozawa squatted by Maxine. Can't make it up. And you're telling me that, I mean, this was not a phoned-in Monday Night Raw. You're telling me that they actually put creativity into the show? The first 2 hours, literally nothing happened. Thankfully, hour 3, at least some talking points were distributed, right? In hour number 3, Cody Rhodes starts it off. He calls out Shinsuke Nakamura. The lights go out. Shinsuke is on the Tron. He proceeds to explain why he attacked Cody last week. And this was no BS meaningless story, by the way. This was really good. This story actually makes sense. That's all we ever ask. Give us a story that makes sense. This was really good. Shinsuke talked of their similar pasts. And he talks about how he too won the Rumble. And he was deemed by many fans the chosen one to be the next champion. He won the Rumble. The logical next step is to win WrestleMania. And he didn't. He did not get the job done. AJ Styles beat him on the grandest stage. It is still to this day one of the biggest failures. And a lot of people are boggled that they did not give that title to Shinsuke. And here we are years later, and this year, Cody Rhodes does not get the job done. Roman walks out with the title, and still, to this day, fans are boggled as to how Cody didn't get that title. It was so amazingly put together how Shinsuke worded it, and how it just all came, it made sense. And he said, I was not able to finish my story, so I think I'll finish yours, he says. And that's why he wants to defeat Cody Rhodes and maybe put himself into a championship matchup in the future, right? Maybe finish his own story. Guys, I thought this was so damn good. Again, it's an actual story now, right? There's a reason behind it. This is what we asked for 3 full months, all of summer with Brockton and Codathan, right? Why are they fighting? We all know why. Brock was supposed to beat up Cody because he has the title, and he couldn't do that to Roman because of the clause. Roman already beat Brock. And the last time they fought, the stipulation was Brock can't fight Roman anymore. Well, Cody was obviously supposed to win the title at Mania, and that's why Brock would face him or take him out. He didn't. They called an audible, and they still had Brock take him out. And then they didn't know why, and they didn't even care to give us a reason. And he breaks his arm all summer, and then at the end of SummerSlam, they hug each other. Because when somebody breaks your arm 3 times, you want to give them a hug. This is what we ask for. A story. That's it. So Nakamura and Cody, absolutely digging that. Really good heel work by Shinsuke. I enjoy this with Cody way more than anything he did with the Judgment Day the last 2 months. That was all filler. It never felt like a feud. It never felt like a storyline. What they just did with Shinsuke the last 2 weeks alone feels way more like a storyline. It's something I can follow along with. Piques my interest. I got some questions. Need to be answered. This is good. That's what you need in pro wrestling. While everybody else is yelling, this is awesome, and trying to find some good wrestling matches to watch, I'm looking for character development and storylines. Because that's what pro wrestling is based upon. That's the foundation. If you lose the larger-than-life characters in the storylines, you don't have a foundation, and pro wrestling will fall. It'll burn down. Creed Brothers then defeat DomDom and McDonuts via pinfall off the Brutus Ball on McDonuts. That's one way to make your top heel faction in WWE for Raw. That's one way to utilize them correctly. Take two of the members and just have them lose a nonsensical tag team match. Creed Brothers defeat DomDom and McDonuts. Backstage, Adam Pearce informs Sethington Rollins that he has invited CM Punk to Raw next week. Next Monday, he intends to sign CM Punk to an exclusive Raw contract. Sethington says, that's cool, you do what you gotta do, but when this all blows up in your face, which it will, you better let me do what I gotta do. And Adam Pearce says, deal. Story is on. WWE last night added fuel to the fire that was already raging between Sethington and CM Punk. And now we know it's a full-blown storyline. They actually took the time to put that on there. They took the time to put that on the show. Backstage, Adam Pearce telling Seth Rollins, of all people, making it known to even the casual fan that Rollins has a problem with Punk. Very, very well done. Add that fuel, get people excited, not just because CM Punk is going to be on Raw next week, but now you know they actually started something with Rollins and Punk on TV. And they started it with Punk's promo last week. When he looked at that camera and said, everybody welcome me back, almost everybody. And then he proceeded to talk about those that didn't want him back. Of course, he was talking about Sethington Rollins. So two things here, man. Shinsuke and Cody and CM Punk and Seth Rollins. These are two stories on the Red brand, the Raw brand, that I'm looking forward to seeing where they're going with them. And I really hope they go in the right direction, because they could go on a path they shouldn't be. There's a million ways they could go that is not going to be interesting. But if they stay on the straight and narrow, these could be two really good feuds to take you through the holidays easily. And for Punk and Rollins, obviously, into the Rumble. WrestleMania. Fuck the Rumble. I don't think they're going to do this at the Rumble. These are going to be slow planted seeds, right? These are going to be seeds planted, but the tree isn't going to grow for years, it seems. But no, WrestleMania, I think they're going to have this match for the title. And then the question is, do you have Seth Rollins keep his title over Punk? Or does Punky Brewster take that championship over Sethington? Is Punk the one to finally take the title off of Rollins? It's possible, man. The main event, Sethington Rollins versus Jason Uso. Face versus face. Mutual respect. You got to know that when this match is over, no matter how it ends, they're going to shake hands, right? I mean, I could already see this from a mile away because it's the mutual respect era. Sethington pins Uso clean. Just a stomp. I think Uso went for a spear, but he got caught right into a pedigree. And then it was a stomp, and Uso was looking up at the light. So Uso has failed in his Universal title opportunity, and he has failed with the World title opportunity. The crowd was legit dejected. That was hilarious, because this crowd truly thought that Jason Uso was actually going to win that title. How hilarious is that? Uso was never going to win that. And Usos are my favorite tag team. Jey Uso was never, ever going to lose that, bro. or going to win that title. Uso was never going to lose that. Rollins was never going to lose that. Uso was never going to win it. There you go. I can speak. Uso was never going to win that championship last night. So to see the crowd really pissed off, and that goes to show you, if anybody was wondering who's got to turn heel, Rollins or Punk, or at least play more of the bad guy in their feud, it's got to be Rollins. Because you already heard CM Punk chants during the match. I mean, Jey Uso was more over than Sethington, reaction-wise. So, I mean, Rollins is going to have to revisit this when it comes time for the Punk thing, and they're going to have to do a little character alteration. After the match, But by the way, yeah, after the match, mutual respect. Seth helps out Jason Uso, and good job, man. Good job, Wrestler A. Hey, Wrestler B, congratulations, man. You really did the deed. Hey, Wrestler A, maybe in the future we can do this again, man. Okay, man. Hey, let's go and have a coffee after this. Okay. Mutual respect. They shake hands. Jey Uso goes to the outside. Claymore party! Come on! Drew McIntyre out of nowhere with a Claymore out of nowhere. Beautifully hit, beautifully done, beautifully sold by Jason Uso. And then Drewby takes Uso and plants him through the commentary table. And I mean vigorously. Pencils, papers flying in the air. The visual and the audio of Uso going through the commentary table was priceless. It was great. And then Drewby takes out Sethington to end the show. We go off the air with Monster McIntyre in full effect. You kind of knew that Drewby was. I thought Drewby was going to cost Jason Uso this match, or maybe beat the shit out of both of these individuals, Sethington and Uso. But Drewby came afterwards. Maybe he got hung up in section 305. Maybe he stopped for a popcorn and Slurpee. Who knows? In the concession stand, but he came out a little bit late. Takes out Jey Uso. So they definitely wanted Sethington to win these matches clean. Question that decision if you were going to have him interfere anyway. But either way, Beast Drew Monster McIntyre has finally arrived. That's the good news. And that was Monday Night Raw, guys. That was the whole 3 hours. Again, the first 2 hours was quick to go through. There was nothing happening in the first 2 hours. The hour number 3, you saw character development with Drewby. You saw Sethington and CM Punk, a little bit of fuel added to that fire. Cody Rhodes and Shinsuke with a really good storyline that was sparked last night if it wasn't last week. So there's a lot of... Hour 3 produced just a lot more. The first 2 hours, this was hard to watch. This was one of those things where you... Hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss a channel membership. I got Angel Olega, I believe, correct? I think I got Angel Olega. Yeah, I got Angel. Okay. I think I'm caught up on the channel memberships. It's one of those things where you phone in the first 2 hours and you better hope that you still have an audience left for hour 3. Because ratings-wise... I got to tell you guys, even though it was the Jaguars versus Bengals, and that was a decent game too, by the way, even though it's just that game, it's not going to pique a lot of curiosity or interest. I wouldn't be shocked if this rating falls back drastically. It scored a 1.8, almost a 1.9 last week. I mean, this was worthy of a 1.4 tops, to be honest with you, because Monday Night Football's game was so... A lot of people don't want to watch Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. You know, you might still see 1.6. I don't know about a 1.7. Man, if they kept a large portion of last week's audience, I would be shocked. Maybe a lot of people thought CM Punk was going to be there last night, but this was a 1.4 show at best. It's probably going to produce a 1.5 to a 1.6. I'd be shocked if they pulled a 1.7. This show was just not good. Next week is supposed to be a lot better, guys. Shinsuke versus Cody. They're rushing this, I feel. I hope something happens where the match does not happen, because you can string this along a little bit. But they're advertising Cody versus Shinsuke. They're also advertising CM Punk to do sign his exclusive Monday Night Raw contract. Before I get over to the super chats, some other news. Melty Boy is reporting that there's a lot of just negativity and a lot of people down in AEW's locker room. I'm trying to find out more on that, but for Melty Boy to say that, that tells you it's sad what's going on over there. But I think Tony's just kind of I think he's going in that different direction. He just wants to make it more match heavy if that's possible. I think it's already match heavy, and I think that the fans are showing you that it doesn't pull in the ratings. You know, there's only so much wrestling matches fans can see, and how many dream matches can you possibly say are going to happen? You know, a dream match isn't just, matches that you want to see, right? As a bona fide mark, like it's 2 action figures. You know, we throw around the terms dream matches way too often. I think people are seeing Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill, CM Punk, even Brian Pillman Jr. jump ship. And a lot of them getting so much success. Jade Cargill was hanging with The Undertaker at the college football games, doing all presses and promotion. Pillman Jr. has seen a resurgence. CM Punk is the talk of the town. Cody Rhodes might be on his way back to Mania. And then you got AEW that's just in flux. So you know it's bad when Meltzy Boy is saying, hey, by the way, I'm not hearing good things inside the locker room of AEW. Interesting, man. And the Jaguars are under the Monday Night Football game last night. Tony Khan's father owns the Jaguars. Tony Khan is a big part of that organization. They're under fire today because their quarterback, Lawrence, got hurt. Sprained ankle, not broke, we're hearing. But instead of being carted off the field, they had him just walked out with a security guy and a regular PT. So a security guy is helping Lawrence. You never have that. So they're under fire that they didn't make Lawrence get on a cart when he's at 6'7"? Almost from 270, 280 pounds, and he can't even put weight on his leg, and you're not having him be carted off. And then you're just letting a security guy walk him to the back. So the Jaguars are being called, literally, Colin Cowherd literally called it Bush League. He says you can often tell how people treat their employees by their actions. And he called the Jacksonville Jaguars Bush League and said that it was sloppy. That's not good. That's also in the Khan family, obviously, Father Khan. So Jaguars, man, are they running a sloppy shop? Who knows at this point, man? It was not a good look, I'll tell you that much. But that's it, guys. We got some supers we'll go over, and let me make sure, too. Hold on, guys. There we go. All right, make sure I got everybody on the channel memberships. Yes. Angel Lego was the last one there. Okay, now, let me go over to the super chats. There was some more that came in. I want to make sure everybody gets the acknowledgement and the shout out. Where did I leave off? Stegmeister, Steggles, 2-spot. This is okay. This is okay. I like it. Still mean, though, right? We don't want to be mean to the wrestlers. This is okay from This Is Awesome. That'll be so demoralizing. The wrestlers would just be like, let's get this over with. This is embarrassing. We got to think of something cool, man. This is awesome. Maybe This Is Awesome is already tainted enough to where it'll never be prestigious again. So maybe we just keep This Is Awesome, but maybe we can come up with something better, right? So when something is truly top-notch, we never see anything like it. We want those wrestlers to know how appreciative we are. Maybe there's something new that we can chant. I don't know, man. At this point, Stegmeister, when they're yelling, "This is awesome," I'm thinking, no, it's okay. No, it's just okay. Dante Jaron 23, 5-spot fans want to relive the glory days of these old factions, teams, feuds with other stars and companies, yet they claim they want new stars pushed, but really, next to them. I don't understand the last part of that super, but yeah, it's always a contradiction. It's a lot of in the moment. It's a lot of short attention span. It's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking. And I think that's Dante Jaron 23, the line, right? Like, people don't understand that what we like and what we don't like should be different than what is good and what is bad, right? Because there's a difference. I like a lot of things you guys might not. I might not like a lot of things you guys like. But we all need to come together when facts are provided to discuss what is good and what is bad, what is right, what is wrong, what works and what doesn't. And I think a lot of fans today, just like it's a microcosm, or should I say it's a reflection of society, right? It's the society that we all live in now, where everybody's opinion somehow has become facts, where everybody, what they like is the best option. What they don't like, how dare you like that? You know what I mean? And when that happens, you have anarchy. That's all you have is anarchy. So what I like to do on this channel is tell you guys what I like and say, hey, if you guys like something else, cool. I'm not big into Dragon Lee. A lot of fans chant his name, so I give it a chance. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it captivates the rest of the wrestling world, right? That's something that I'm not that into, but I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm not a big CM Punk fan. You guys know that, but guess what? CM Punk put a pulse back in WWE recently, so I'm down with it. I don't care if I'm a fan or not. Let's go for the ride. Pique our interest, provide the entertainment. Let's have a lot of fun. I'm a Jinder Mahal fan. You don't hear me bring him up often, do you? Because I know Mahal does not connect with a lot of people, and unless they change a lot with Mahal, it ain't gonna connect. Mahal right now is not best for business in many ways. So I don't talk about what I like, Mahal. I don't push what I like just to push it because I like it. You hear me talk when Sasha Banks was with WWE because Sasha Banks is the best female wrestler on the planet. She just is. So you say, well, BC, how did you come to that conclusion? Facts. Sasha Banks is everybody's best match, or at least one of, right? I say this all the time. Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. The best or one of the best, easily. Charlotte Flair, several times. One of, if not, or several of Charlie's best matches. Io Sky, Io Shirai, best match. Asuka, Zelina Vega, Bayley, several times. You could go down the line. Best match, best match, best match, best match, best match, best match, best match. Common denominator, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. Right? That's not saying like, Bayley's the best ever, or Charlie's the best ever. No. Sasha has more best matches with more people than anybody else you can possibly name. I'm not just saying it because she's my favorite, or she's somebody else's favorite. She's just the best. Bray Wyatt was amazing. Not just because I thought the world of Bray Wyatt, he was my favorite, which he was, but Bray Wyatt brought in the highest rated segments for Monday Night Raw, even if it was a 2-minute Firefly Funhouse. You can make fun of it. You can say Supernatural is killing the wrestling business, but the match that was 27 minutes long and featured 16 Canadian Destroyers, 12 super kicks, and 10 false finishes, that lost 200,000 viewers. Bray Wyatt's little Firefly Funhouse with the Supernatural brought in 300,000. These are facts. Bray Wyatt was best for business. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's not working. Just because you love something doesn't mean it works. So what I do on this channel is I put all the facts together, and I hope that I assembled the very best professional wrestling fans. That's why I don't push, subscribe please, make sure you're subscribed. I won't do that. I don't want just any fucking fan to subscribe to this channel. No. I don't need 150, 200,000 subscribers, right? And they're not the most badass motherfuckers. A lot of them are bitch boy Bradens. I don't need that. What I need assembled the most amplified motherfuckers imaginable so that we can all discuss the facts truthfully. That way we can help change the pro wrestling industry for the better. We can put and make sure that these companies and these talents know what truly works and what doesn't. That's why I don't try to just promote and push. Please subscribe. No, you don't hear me say that ever. Never do I remind people to subscribe. Never. I want you to do it on your own because you know this is the place you're going to get the most fucking truth. This is the place, whether you want to hear it or not, whether you think I'm too negative or not, whether you think we're always just calling out the bad, you know that this is going to be for the best and that we love this and we want to see the best. Facts. I don't know how we got onto that. Dante Jaron 23. How's that for a fucking answer, bro? How is that, Dante Jaron 23? That's a fucking answer. Hold on, let me fix that camera angle a little bit. There you go. A little better, right? No, maybe not. Square that up a little bit. Can't fix that up. There you go. A little better for BC. There you go. A little better for BC. Thank you. PB Silly Pride, 5 spot. Make WWE great again. For the love of God, I beg of you. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of things to finally look forward to. It's just, it's executing them correctly, these calls and these decisions. And I think that's where Levesque McMahon is struggling. I really do. And I hope that he puts a team together because for right now, they need help. Because there's stuff that should be really good right now. And a few things last night were. But this was filler show personified. PB Silly Pride. Jimmy Fingers 19. 519. Agree on Shinsuke, BC. He looks legit right now. But we both know Nakamura is just getting fed to keep Cody busy until his time comes. Absolutely, Jimmy Fingers 19. That's what... A lot of this is kind of like what he just did with Sethington, right? He shows up on the Tron, the lights are dimmed, he's sending a message, and then Sethington just beat him a couple of times, 2 straight pay-per-view main events. So, in that aspect, there's no doubt that's and Cody should not be losing anyway. So in that aspect, yeah, you hate to see Shinsuke lose again. But on the flip side, man, this is the best Shinsuke has looked in a while, character-wise. It's fun. So I hope they find a path where Shinsuke can go on and really be a winning diabolical heel. So when he does lose, it's more meaningful. Because losing to Cody and having 3 straight pay-per-view main event caliber losses is definitely going to be detrimental eventually. So Jimmy Fingers 19. In short, I fully agree. Muhammad Isa, 2-spot BC, would you rather Punk or Cody win the Rumble? All right, so here's the deal. Let me go back to the other screen here. All right, so I'm going to give this real thought. Ready? Hold on. I'll give you my amplified thoughts on this. So Cody Rhodes or CM Punk. I would be absolutely bullshitting you if I said that CM Punk winning wouldn't be the more fun way to go about it. Just seeing Punk in 2024 winning a Rumble, that's just fun to me. Cody Rhodes deserving it? Obviously. The problem I have with that is the problem I have in general, because a big part of me says that if you don't get The Rock, then it has to be Cody versus Roman at Mania, right? It has to be Cody. He was robbed at 39. The problem I have is I'm supposed to manufacture excitement now for WrestleMania 40 in Philly. I have to now manufacture excitement to see Cody Rhodes do exactly the same fucking thing he should have done a year ago. By that point, right? At 40. A year ago, we'll be saying at 39. He's just winning the fucking title. He should have won it in April. All Roman has done all year. Think about this, guys. Think about this. Roman Reigns the entire fucking year has sat on his private fucking island. Kidding, of course, but he's at home. He's with the kid. Good for him, right? With a fucking martini or maybe some milk. Who knows? But he sat home with a big shiny title next to him. And that's good for him. That's not shade. But that doesn't help WWE. He showed up a couple of times to have some tag matches and a match with Jason Uso. That was more about the Tribal A, that red Tribal A, than the fucking title. So why didn't Cody just finish the damn story? Cody has to go through struggle and adversity, Beasley. That's what I was told, right? That's what I was told. Struggle and adversity. What did you see from Cody this year? A nonsensical feud with Brock for 3 fucking months that to this day we don't know why they were ever feuding. Then he does 2 months with the Judgment Day when he already went through the Judgment Day while he was in the Brock Lesnar feud because Brock only shows up once or twice a month. So Cody had to go through Judgment Day. And then when Brockton lost finally at SummerSlam and went home for good for a while, Cody had to go back to the Judgment Day. And now you're seeing Cody and Shinsuke. What has Cody done? What struggle and adversity did you see since WrestleMania that you didn't already see beforehand? I told you, guys, I told you a billion fucking times. I told you what I said it on other I said it. Struggle in adversity to what? This was a botch? The best case scenario you can hope for is that they run it back at 40. And a lot of fans like BC are going to have to manufacture the moment we already had this past April. We got to get right back to that moment, right? And try to be just as excited. Wow, is Cody gonna do it? And he's either gonna fucking do it, and then we're all gonna go, oh, he did it, man. Thank goodness for struggle and adversity. Thank goodness we held off a fucking year. Thank goodness Roman held the titles another whole fucking year, because this moment is better than 39. Bullshit. 39, you're never going to get that moment back. You're never going to get that atmosphere, because a lot of what you're going to see at 40 is manufactured. A lot of the fans are already going to think, oh, he's got to win it anyway, obviously. This is the second opportunity. And they could swerve you and Roman walks out with it because they want him to get Hulk Hogan's 1474 record. In which case, you waited another year and you still look like a fucking fool. Lightning in a bottle. Exactly right, Ty. It is lightning in a bottle. You missed it, you botched. And at least Levesque McMahon was truthful. In the press conference, the media scrum afterwards, he literally said the words, sometimes you get it right, and sometimes you get it wrong. He knew. He knew he botched. He felt the air deflate from that stadium. He was automatically thinking, oh yeah, Roman's now going home for a while. We only have him for like fucking 10 dates in the rest of the year. And only like 4 matches. Maybe I botched that. So at least Levesque McMahon was honest immediately after Mania. I'll give him that credit. But it's a botch that never should have happened. So to answer your question, who was that? Where was that? Muhammad Isa. Would you rather Punk or Cody win the Rumble? Punk would be more fun. Cody is obviously more deserving. And I just, Cody and Roman part 2, I have to really kind of manufacture excitement, because I'm not excited to see what I should have already saw this year because they fucked up. And now I got to watch the same fucking main event again. And this time Cody might actually win it. Yay! Thank goodness we waited another year. And I still remember, to this day I remember. I remember when WrestleMania was about to happen and everybody was talking struggle and adversity. I still fucking remember that shit. I was doing a stream with fucking JD and a few others. And one of his questions was literally about struggle and adversity. And I said on that fucking stream, are you fucking kidding me? Struggle and adversity to what? The fuck more do you need? This guy left the company because he didn't feel he was getting what he deserved. He felt he needed more. His own father was more of a father to the Roman Reigns than him. He had to go to places like Japan. He started another whole promotion, AEW, and had to walk out of that because he has unfinished business. He wrestled Hell in a Cell with half of his body. And you're talking struggle and adversity? Struggle and adversity. The guy's whole career has been struggle and adversity, and you needed Roman to hold the belt another whole year so that Cody can get beat up by Brock a little bit in Judgment Day? You're gonna earn it, man. You gotta earn it. He wasn't here long enough, man. He gotta earn it. He gotta earn it, buddy. I'm gonna watch him get beat up a little bit. And then he can do it at 40, buddy. Let's wait. Let's just have Roman take his title to the island. Hey, buddy, what about struggle and a little bit of adversity, buddy? Let's do a little bit of struggle and adversity, buddy. I didn't bullshit. I told JD and everybody that was on that panel, I told the entire audience, struggle and adversity, my ass. It's Cody or bust. I said those words because I'm a real motherfucker. I don't bullshit. I said Cody or bust. And I stand by that. And if you think I'm going to be waiting around for Mania 40 to have the same situation and I'm supposed to be just as excited, bullshit. They botched it. Now we all know they botched it. Kappa Owens, 5-spot coffee. Man, BC, if the GOAT Mercedes Banks returns, can we get her a Roman Reigns type run? Not 1,000 days, but maybe 500. She's one of the best to ever do it. Kappa Owens, if I was creative, man, I don't know who's beating Sasha. She would still be champion 5 years later. Honestly. I would have Banks literally promote that championship like it's the men's Universal Roman Reigns title. Because it's believable. It's believable that Sasha's the best female wrestler because Sasha's the best female wrestler. Mercedes Moné. So yeah, you ain't kidding on that, man. That 500 days would be the bare minimum, but I wouldn't just count days. I would feel it, right? I would read the room. I would see who the opponent is, what fun I can do with the storyline. Does it make sense to switch the titles? All that matters in booking. And that's what, again, Levesque McMahon failed to do at Mania 39. He didn't read the room. Even though they called the audible, they should have re-audibled. Went back to the original decision, get Cody that championship. Brianna, 2-Spot Coffee. What up, Brianna? This is Raw. Or this is SmackDown. Brianna, that's an ultimate sign of respect. I like that. It's promoting the brand. It's showing the wrestlers that this is what makes Raw. This is what makes SmackDown. I actually like that idea. This is Raw or this is SmackDown. I don't know, man. And save this is awesome, right? Let's make it let's make this is awesome prestigious again. Brianna, good to see you up in here, by the way. Salut. Ty the Savior, 5-Spot Coffee. I went back and listened to that roundtable over and over again, and I get why you wanted Cody to win at 39. Oh, Ty. Yeah, you're talking about the JD's roundtable. Yes. That was around WrestleMania. And JD had asked me very like the night before or something. I remember it was very last minute, but I wanted to help him out because I thought it would be a pretty badass idea. Mania, we were all excited to see Cody take this thing, or I thought we all were. And everybody started talking. It wasn't just JD or either. It was a lot of fans started talking struggle and adversity, and I never heard that phrase before. I'm thinking to myself, hold on, guys, don't give them any like ideas. Like, we all know that Cody needs to win this title, right? We don't need to see part-time Roman even more part-time with that fucking title, and then Cody has nothing for a year. Guys, stop with the struggle and adversity. I never heard that before. So when JD had brought that up on the roundtable, I felt it was the only thing to do, to be honest. No. Cut that shit out. No struggle, no adversity, Cody or bust. And what happened, guys, is very quickly, everybody realized how right BC Amplified was. I don't bullshit. I'm a mile ahead of everybody else. I'm thinking about the future of Cody, of Roman, of WWE, of the fans. And no good scenario comes from Cody losing that matchup at Mania. None. So that's why I was as real as ever in that roundtable, because those answers needed to be answered correctly and honestly and amplified. And to this day, I stand by those words, and the difference is that most everybody now knows that that was the wrong decision. I tell you. Probably. Brianna says, didn't that come from Bubba? What, struggle and adversity? Probably. It came from somebody with enough influence in the community, because I started hearing it from bases. And that's when, it was right before Mania, I started hearing the phrase struggle and adversity. I was like, this is not good. This is going to get behind the scenes of WWE. They're going to call like this weird audible and watch them have Cody not walk out with the title. Instead, have him laying down next to a rubber fucking chicken. A rubber fucking chicken! Oh, fucking A, bro. A rubber chicken. Not how you thought the night was going to end, right? It deflated the crowd. It went off the air and we were all like, oh. Usually when Mania goes off the air, we're like excited, right? You're going to social media posts. We're amped up. That Mania went off the air and we were like gutted. We were just like, and it wasn't just like, our favorite wrestler lost. No, it was beyond that. It was like, that was like the worst call ever. Read the fucking room. Roman told you he's going away for 3 months anyway. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Cody was going on a national tour. Give him the fucking title, you idiot. I can't, to this day, To this day, I remember the visual of Cody not walking out with the title, but laying down next to a rubber fucking chicken as we fade to black and go off the air. And I'll always remember Paul Levesque McMahon going, sometimes we make it right, and sometimes we get it wrong. You don't get it wrong on the biggest stage, motherfucker! So now we have to wait till 40 for either Roman to win and go for Hulk Hogan's 1474, or Cody gets it at 40. And we're all supposed to act like the moment at 40 is just as special as 39 a year ago. I don't know. I just feel like I'm just watching the same thing, and there's no reason that I have to watch Cody and Roman again. Finish the fucking story? It's a whole new book at this point. He hasn't even crossed Roman's path the entire fucking time. It's not realistic. And then all of a sudden, right around the Rumble time, he's going to make it back to Roman. I tell ya. But I called it back at Mania, guys. It's because I don't bullshit. I never will to you guys. I'm always thinking about what is going to be the best scenario for all of us, the wrestlers, the company, and the fans. And I knew there was no way Cody can lose that match. So Tai the Savior. I appreciate that, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed that roundtable too, man. It was a lot of fun, and if anybody thought that I was coming into that like a little de-amplified, a little less, just a little chill, no, that's not going to happen. Not with me. Where'd I leave off? Oh, Tai. I think that was the last super. I think I got everybody, guys. Brianna, Tai the Savior, I think was the last two. No, 7-month membership. I got to give a shout out over to Spicy Mama McCaleb. 7-month membership. Hey, handsome, catching alive while taking care of my daycare babies. Always got time for you. Much love. Spicy Mama. Salute. Let me give you a proper one. Salute. Hold on here. Little refill, if you don't mind, to Spicy Mama McCaleb. I appreciate the 7-month strong. I think we're about to celebrate a full year of channel memberships, actually, Spicy Mama. So pretty badass. Always good to see you up in here. And before we take off too, Tony Partida. Tony, long time subscriber on this channel. Always good to see you, Tony. What up, brother? My brother was at Mania when Cody lost. He said the crowd was mad. Yeah, Tony, I had a lot of people in attendance, Tony, and they all said the same thing that I viewed 100 different times on various outlets or vids. They all said the same thing. It was completely just gutted. The air had got sucked out of the building, and it's not how you're supposed to end a WrestleMania. I get it. A face can lose at time, but you got to read the room. You got to know the situation. This isn't even like Undertaker losing his streak to Brock Lesnar, which they stuffed in the middle of the show, by the way. And by the time the night was done, the crowd was in adulation over Daniel Bryan's yes movement, culminating with a championship over his head. I'll never forget that ending to that Mania. It was so awesome. It was literally awesome and amazing. This, they actually took the right decision, took a shit on it, put the guy, and then karma just took over, right? Destiny, you fucked up, so now here's a rubber chicken. And the show went off there. I could not believe that the poor crowd that paid that much money, that they got shit on like that. That was so fucking bad. So bad. So, Tony, they were more than mad, man. Like, I had many people in attendance, and they were just shook that night ended like that. I told you guys, Cody or bust, because they won't have anything for the next year to get to 40. I was right all along. It's December 5th, and I was right. Clutch City fan, 20s, but come on, Clutch. I got to give several swigs over to Clutch, man. That's several coffees being chucked over to the channel. Clutch City fan. Salut. Gold status, by the way, Clutch City. Clutch City, how many months you been in now, man? How many month membership? Clutch City fan. Hold on, you know what? I got the list. I got an up-to-date list for channel members. Let me see where Clutch City fan is. I think you've been down for a while now, so this might take a minute. Unless you had to take off for a month or two, maybe. Where's Clutch City? Clutch City, 11-month membership. I knew you've been down almost from day one-ish. Basically day one. Clutch City fan, 11-month membership. Badass, man. Let me get back over to Clutch City. Hold on. Clutch City says, what up, BC? Have some coffees on me. I'll watch this later. I'm currently picking up my next limo ride. It's going to be, woo, the nature boy getting in that limo. Clutch City, hopefully you're kicking ass, man. Work up that mileage. I appreciate the coffees big time, dude. Always good to see you up in here, and I appreciate the 11-month membership strong. Next month, man, or just in a couple weeks, I believe, we're going to be celebrating 1 year of memberships, dude. Appreciate you, Clutch City fan. Make sure. What time is it? Oh, you know what? I'm going to be 5 minutes before the Raw rating, man. I don't know if it's going to come out right at 4. I don't know if the Thanksgiving holiday is still backing everything up. I'm going to try to stay on with you guys at least another 3 minutes. I'm going to see if maybe if one of my people send me a text of the rating. If not, I also checked Brandon Thurston. He always gets it pretty quickly. So I have 2 ways to get this Raw rating quickly. Hopefully I can get it. If it's not out by 4:05, guys, I'm going to have to just take off. I got a lot of stuff to do tonight. But we will see. Collision pulled 450. That's a big rating for them. They have been humbled to 2 and 300,000. So they had a big night with 450. I know that's a bad number, trust me. But what they've been pulling, they'll take that 450. What else is happening? So I told you guys about the Meltzer report, AEW locker room kind of in turmoil, a lot of negativity. A lot of people are upset in AEW right now. I just think the tide has kind of changed and WWE has all the momentum again. And it started, they didn't even earn it up front, right? Paul Levesque McMahon was just like declared the guy in creative and just people put Levesque McMahon on a pedestal. Whereas BC, I'm like, no, you have to earn it now. You know, this isn't NXT Black. This is 3 hours every Monday. This is 2 hours every Friday. This is real creativity now. This is big boy shit. This isn't 1 hour tucked on the WWE network, right? Black and Gold was a success because of many reasons. A lot of it, truthfully, wasn't even Levesque McMahon. So I said, let's see. No, people automatically just said, no, it's going to be a million times better now. Well, the ratings told you differently, and they suffered 2 straight months of the lowest ratings ever since Paul Levesque took over. Last week, finally, they broke 1.8 because of CM Punk and Randy Orton. So we're hoping for the best, but it's still weird confusion, right, with a lot of fans. A lot of this is confusing. It's face versus faces. It's heels versus heels. They don't get Paul Levesque McMahon booking. So a lot of people just, the tides changed, I noticed, when Levesque McMahon, when word got around that he took over. And then on top of that, just Jade Cargill signing, CM Punk signing, Cody Rhodes in main events. I think it really took a lot of air out of AEW. DB for Life, 5-spot coffee. DB for Life says you could have the Codys, the MJFs, the Punks, or Jades. If you don't book them right, they will fail. Booking matters. And thanks, BC. Now I want donuts. JD McDonuts. McDonough. I always call them McDonuts. No, you're exactly right, man. But that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I say about everybody. It's the same reason Punk failed in AEW, right? Many reasons. But the booking. Like, you made a show around CM Punk called Collision. He came back after all of that controversy and turmoil. And on the very first night, when you should deliver an epic storyline, you just put him with FTR in a 6-man tag. And you thought the ratings were not going to sit at 300 and 400 just a month later? Come on, you got to read the room. So, same thing with WWE as well. DB for life. Anthony Boley, gold status, 2-spot. BCM at work, hard to chat. Driving a 30-ton truck. Concentrate on that, Anthony. Whoop some ass on the work front. This will be on the air later for you to tune in. We're over an hour and a half at this point. So, Anthony Boley, I appreciate it, man. Not just gold status, but running a truck while trying to show respect to BC in the unit. Anthony Boley, man, that's top notch. I didn't Isla R. Was that at the college football game? Where was that? Because she was with The Undertaker doing promotion. DB for life. A month ago, Triple H pulled a 1.3. DB for life, it's worse than that. Their normal was 1.4 the last 2 months. Raw has never seen numbers that low, ever. So that's what I mean. I just don't anoint somebody the best thing in wrestling just because they took over a position. As much as we dragged Vincent Kennedy and it was justified, we'll drag Triple H too if the product doesn't make sense or if it's just not captivating enough. A couple tweaks here and there are good, right? There's some things that are better with the product. I'll fully admit that. It's not enough to make people care about this entire show. I said it in this review 18 times. This was a filler show. There were some things I liked. McIntyre, Monster McIntyre. The seeds planted a little bit more with CM Punk and Rollins. Shinsuke and Cody's story actually makes sense. And then the rest of the 3 hours, it was a filler. I'm not going to put somebody on a pedestal if you gave me the majority of the 3-hour show was filler. You didn't put a lot of care or effort into it. And I'm supposed to say it was awesome because it was Levesque McMahon? No, thank you. Anthony Boley with a 10 spot now, man. A couple coffees. Gold status, by the way, Anthony. Here's my coffee on me. Catching the stream later, BC. Much love and respect. Anthony Boley. Concentrate on the truck, dude. Rock, work out. That always comes first. Make that money. This will be on the channel after we are live. I'll make sure of that. Every single minute you can catch. I appreciate you, dude. Big time. Anthony Boley. Again, I can't say this enough. Gold status. I always love seeing those gold cards, man. JR9's up in here. What up, JR9? I don't know if you were here the whole stream. I didn't see her earlier. JR9. Triple H always seemed to lose ratings, even in black and gold, especially in the pandemic era. He isn't good enough to maintain long-term interest. Yeah, JR9, he panics and he gets flustered and he just makes the wrong decisions a lot. I saw that a lot with black and gold. And if the Dusties and the William Regals and such were not there for him, even the Norman Smileys, if they weren't there to pull him, reel him back in, black and gold, man, would have even hurt a lot. Hold on, guys. Stay with you a couple more minutes here. I'm trying to get the Raw rating. It might not come right out at 4, though. That's the. It's disappointing because I'm going to miss this probably by like 5 minutes. And then the Raw rating's going to pop up. Yeah, nobody has the Raw rating yet, right? Oh, almost 200 on those ups on a Tuesday afternoon Raw review, man. Let's smash that. I forgot to mention the ups in this whole fucking stream, too. I believe that does help the algorithm. If you guys don't mind, if you haven't already, smash that. I probably should have said that. I don't know, man. We were rocking on this stream, man. There was no time to do such. All right, so guys, I'll talk about the rating, I guess, tomorrow then. It could take another hour. It could be out 5 minutes after I'm live. I'll talk about the rating tomorrow. I don't see them holding a 1.8, 1.9 like last week. They were almost at a 1.9. I see them losing a lot because this wasn't a good enough show. So, I mean, I think it was worthy to be back at a 1.4, 1.5. I wouldn't be shocked if it pulled a 1.6. A 1.7, I would be surprised. A 1.7, I would say that they will take that and they'll run. Don't look back like you just robbed the bank. Because if you pulled 1.8 plus last week with CM Punk and Randy Orton's returns and post-Survivor Series, and you only lost 100,000 viewers with this shit show, I'm taking that 1.7. But I think top tier would be 1.6. I don't see... I know it was just the Jaguars and the Bengals. I just don't see how this show was good enough for a 1.6. It wasn't to me. I would put this at a 1.4, 1.5. But because they got a good uptick last week, maybe they were able to keep some of that. And that's the only reason I'm giving it maybe a 1.6. Check one more time. Hold on. Felipe Jimenez, 5-spot coffee, first ever super chat, by the way, first ever. Salute to the very first super ever by Felipe. I missed your live streams, BC. Go Bears! Oh no, we're doing pretty good right now, Felipe. We're kicking some ass right now, bro. We're right now, I think Colin Cowherd said it best. We're the top 10 right now in the best teams in the NFL. Just 2 weeks ago, we were one of the worst. I was saying we're one of the worst because we were. Now we're top 10. Duh, Bears! I feel bad for the Bears. No, I don't. That's our rival. I can't feel bad for them. Salute, Felipe. Let me give you a proper salute. First ever super. I appreciate you, dude. Salute. All right, I'll wait another minute for these damn ratings. If they're not out, they're not out. Any other big stories in the wrestling world, guys? Let me know. I'll give you my thoughts right now on it. I don't think there is, though. I went over the Meltzer report on the situation in the locker room of AEW. I already talked about that a couple of times. WWE is doing some new business with Ken Shamrock. It's about time. Way past his prime, so he can't wrestle anymore. I wish they would have done this a decade ago. But there's some news with Ken Shamrock and WWE working with one another. AJ Styles is supposed to be back this Friday. So that's another story there. AJ Styles returning. James from Fajitas, what do you mean, brother? What do I think about Yeet not being allowed? Not being allowed where? Who banned it? Who banned Yeet? Jey Uso's Yeet phrase was taken from him by trademark after Raw. Oh, WWE trademark it or just like somebody else? Oh, that's funny, man. Well, legally, WWE has a case because they've been using that and printing it on shirts. So whoever paid money for that, they're going to look like an idiot because WWE would have them by the balls. They can still sell the merch and all that. Yeah, WWE, I mean, there's so much factual evidence to supply in court that shows that you were already rocking that. So I think the copyright would have to be for a specific thing, and I bet you WWE can still use it. GR9 says they removed the merch. So that shirt right now is not on WWE Shop. Somebody check live for me. I'm kind of running a stream right now. So I can't check. Somebody check shop.com. JR9 is saying it's off. I appreciate that, JR9. I just want confirmation on that before I... Dante says it was copyrighted in 2021. WWE just went along with it anyway. It's blurred on all image. The shirt has been pulled off. Oh, that's fun. So they took the merch. Oh, that's fucked up, man. Well, I'll tell you this. Well, that had to have been correct then. Maybe they already had the trademark and WWE just did it anyway. You can't do that. If WWE was already using that and then it got trademarked, you'd be much better in court. Because you were already using it. It was already your thing. Whether it's trademarked or not, if there's visual evidence that you were already using that and the trademark wasn't filed till way after, there's obviously yeah, you can combat that. Yeah, the crowd will still say yeet. I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over that because I'm not a big yeeter myself. I don't see myself going into Starbucks and yeeting the baristas. Take a vanilla latte, double pump, extra, yeet, yeet. Going to the supermarket. I don't have my supermarket card. Can you scan yours to the employee? Yeah, thanks, man. Yeet, yeet. Not a big yeeter myself. All right, one last check. Somebody check the ratings, please, man, because I am not getting any text on this. I have no knowledge of the rating. I'm really trying to discuss it with you guys. Something tells me I'm just not getting it. They're going to hold off on it. And how do I get to? Hold on, man. Oh, there you go. Gonna do that. And yeah. Yeah, they're going to make a lot of money on that Daddy's back with Randy Orton, I'll tell you that much. CM Punk. CM Punk's black shirt. You guys like the black or the white? That one's going to sell like mad, too. Daddy. Yeah, he's definitely going to go heavy with the Daddy's back. You're a face BC as opposed to a face can't say yeet. I don't understand. I'm a heel. I'm a face. What does that mean? There's only one side say yeet. The first time anybody's ever called me a face, usually I'm the heel. Usually I'm the asshole. I'm playing the face in this one. CM Punk, I know, bonkers. Hell froze over. There's CM Punk merchandise. Daddy's back, man. You know his wifey. She's calling him that anyway. His wifey is all about Orton, man. She's front row at all the events. She's got like 4 or 5 kids too. So it's literally Daddy's back. All right, guys. 4:14. Yeah, I'm way past now, man. I was supposed to be out of here by 3:45. All right, I'll get the number and we'll discuss it, whatever it is. I don't think they'll match 1-8 from last week, but we'll see. This match was a filler. The good news is next week looks a lot better. The bad news is BC has his Packers versus Giants game, man. So I have a lot of homework to do on next week for sure. 2 big uploads on Tuesday. So we'll see. All right, guys, until next time. There will be that next time. Let me give you a proper salute. Thanks for hanging with me for a couple of hours on this Tuesday afternoon into the evening. I'll see you guys down the road for sure. Current status, we are out. Until next time, and there will be that next time. Peace! Check you guys. Salute.